Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Mooney. We often hear about the fight to stop drug trafficking and human smuggling into our country. But tonight, the federal government says it's cracking down on gun smuggling into Mexico, right here through southern Arizona. This morning, a group of officials from multiple law enforcement agencies held a news conference in Nogales at the Mariposa port of entry. News 4 Tucson's chief investigative reporter, Cores Nylander, was there and has the latest from Nogales.
Well, just behind me here are dozens of high-powered AK-47s and ammunition that were going to be sent south into Mexico but seized by CBP. Each one of these could have taken countless lives, including Mexican police and military.
This isn't just a Nogales problem. This isn't just a Tucson problem, nor is it just a Phoenix problem.
Tonight, a show of force from a collective group of federal law enforcement agencies, from CBP and ATF to the FBI, HSI, and U.S. Attorney's Office, making it clear if you arm cartels, you'll pay a heavy price.
The presence here today is meant to show that we have a unified effort of government to stop weapons trafficking south to Mexico.
Just this week, they say more than 11,000 firearms bound for Mexico were seized along the southern border.
We know that transnational criminal cycles sends narcotics north, weapons and money south. By stopping illegal proceeds and weapons trafficking south, we disrupt the cycle.
On display, dozens and dozens of high-powered weapons, from AK-47s to handguns and various rifles like this .50 caliber rifle recently seized here in Nogales.
You don't know, of the firearms that you seized, how many lives were actually saved.
Brendan Iber, special agent in charge of the ATF in Arizona, says most of these guns are sourced through straw purchases from legal gun dealers. They don't just want to arrest the smuggler, but those behind the distribution.
They're going to lie on the form, and they're going to give that firearm over to an individual. A lot of times it's money driven. They make money off of this. Sometimes these cartels have the threat of violence being held over either the individual or their family members.
A vice that he says fuels the deadly drugs and people flowing through our borders.
And so they use these firearms to control that. And then when the government of Mexico is trying to crack down on their illegal activities, I mean, look at this. You know, they're up against an army, basically.
And CBP says these efforts are going to continue. Each one of these guns seized can make things safer on both sides of the border. Reporting from Nogales, Cores Nylander, News 4 Tucson.